You gotta do everything. What's new, YouTube? It is your boys, CJ and Frank, back at it like a bad habit. You want something, go grab it. Frank, tell the people why we're here. This is your show.
Well, for one thing, we're here because this dude wants to do his trash intro with no camera. But other than that, you will always see me on camera. By the way, I'm not afraid to show my face. Just to let you know
I would be
that.
if I were you.
Well, you of course you would, because as we see, you never show your face, or at
I'm
least recently.
my
But
listen. I know when I'm camera ready and when I'm not. Unlike
bro,
some.
none of us are camera ready. I'm not camera ready either, and I'm out here on camera. I look like shit, and I'm on camera. So how? What's your excuse?
My excuse is I'm doing stuff,
What are you doing though? That you don't need to be on camera.
playing video games.
So what if you're playing video games? People can see that. What's
You
so
want me to
wrong
share
with?
the video game stream that I'm doing?
No, I do that because that has nothing to do with the video. But you
Tell
can.
tell the people why we're here because
Well, we are here to discuss a really good TV show that was on the air on ABC from 2003 to 2007.
wrong,
What?
wrong.
How am I wrong?
2002 to 2007.
Let me see some. No, you're right. 2002. I fucked up there. But anyway, we're talking about George Lopez, the show that was on the air on ABC from 2002 to the 2007. We will be
Wait,
in the
didn't they
future.
switch networks?
I do not believe that they switched networks. No. This
Mm,
was at a time where sometimes shows would switch networks, but no, George Lopez did not switch networks. Let me do something real quick.
I know. It was uh I don't know. I'm trying to see when it aired. ABC. Okay, yeah, nope, you're right. It aired on
Yeah,
ABC from
yeah,
March
it never switched networks.
from
Now,
March 2002 to May 2007. Go ahead.
yeah, now, well, a long time ago on my channel actually, which I really don't upload to my channel anymore. Truthfully, I stay on here when I do uploads. But a long time ago on my channel, we started a series where we were going to review every episode of George Lopez. And well, we picked the wrong time to do that. Let's just say that, and we had to end that stream early. We will be getting back to that. Let's just say that we will definitely at some point in the future get back to reviewing this show. But today we just want to talk about some of our favorite moments, some favorite episodes, favorite seasons, whatever.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, start this off because I got to share this stream around a little bit.
So I guess I'm starting to show off. So I'm going to start off with one of my favorite episodes. It was a two-parter episode
Okay.
called W Dad and Dating or W Dad and Dating. Frank, does this episode ring a bell to you?
Was that the episode where they um with the where they were like doing a crossover with another show and like one was on
Are you talking
the
about
kid.
Freddy?
What?
You talking about Freddy?
I believe so. I'm not even sure
It's
what the
not that
show's called.
episode. W Dad and Dating took place, or that episode aired in 2003. It was the one where George. A lot of stuff is happening in in these episodes. It's a two-parter, like I said.
Yeah.
Uh, in part one, George Bush comes to visit,
Oh yes, yes, yes.
or not power plant, but his plant, his place of work. So I say George went to George. The president came to George's um, work, his office, his building, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
and he stole the president's speech. And Carmen wants to go to on a snow ski trip, and George says, "No, we can't afford it." Blah blah blah. He steals the president's speech, uh, and he gets arrested for stealing the speech. And his dad comes and bails him out. And I don't think this was the episode where he knocked out his dad, though.
No, I think that was later, or before that actually might have been.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
before that.
But in the jail cell, he meets the other George Lopez, or the other Mrs. Lopez, I should say.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's what
Uh,
the other Mrs. Lopez told me.
did you like this episode, Frank?
Mhm. This was a great episode.
Yeah.
Carmen was great in this episode, where she was fighting the power essentially, and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same,
this was
Mr. President. Same, same, same.
this was a great episode, definitely.
Wonder if she would say that now.
Go ahead.
No, go. What's your what? How about you? What's one of your favorites?
Um, Let me see here. I like the episodes that Stacey Keebler was on for obvious reasons.
Yeah,
Those were
those.
really
I
good.
was gonna give those mentions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see some here. We'll try to find.
I
Well,
didn't
I'll say this.
I'm just going off the top of my head. So, but I have a lot. I have good episodes.
I'll
I have
say this.
I have a DVD of seasons 1 and 2. So,
I have all six. Well, there's
well,
five
aren't you
DVDs.
special, Frank, with your 6 season?
So, some favorite characters. I would say Benita was the best character on the show. She was
Benny?
funny. Benny, yeah, Benita Lopez. Um, Definitely loved George's wife, Constance Marie, on the with her
Of
real
course,
name.
of course.
She still looks amazing to this day.
Fun fact: they came onto his. He has another show,
Yeah,
and they all had like guest appearances as
I
his
don't.
family members. But
Yeah, I don't understand why Carmen, the girl who played Carmen, wasn't on that.
I don't
Um,
either. That one
it
wasn't.
might it might be because of how she ended up, the controversy that led to her leaving the show. Like I think she left the show because she wanted more money or something, or just wasn't happy, and maybe it's had to do with something there. I don't know. Um, the dynamic between the kids was always good.
Right?
Yeah,
I love that.
it was a good episode. Another two-parter. The funny names too. George. Let me see. I gotta find. It's the one with Carmen's boyfriend. Like, it turns out the one guy is gay, and he's covering up for the
Yeah,
other.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I know what episode you're talking about.
yeah. I think it was in season 3. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Now, now,
It was
George,
right at.
exactly what happened. Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
yeah, yeah. It was right at the end of season 3. What George doesn't know,
Yeah,
and now George Noah exactly what happened. Those
yeah.
were the last two episodes of
And
season
the
3.
way that they phrased that title too. Now George Noah's exactly
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those were great titles, and the
right.
episodes were great too. Um, how did you get into the show?
Nick at Night.
Same thing. Me too. In 2012, I randomly had Nick and Knight on. The funny thing is, the reason why I randomly had it on is because I was actually watching my laptop, and I was actually watching 1999 Raw episodes at that time. So
Okay,
this was around the time I got into the Attitude Era,
right.
and so this I was binge watching those Raw episodes at the time, and just had Nick and Knight on randomly, and George Lopez was on, and I was sitting there. I guess this was after I was done watching the Raws, so I kept it on. And I was like, you know what, this is a funny show. And the funny thing is, I looked for the DVDs. I'm like, I'm going to get these shows on DVD. At the time, this was the only DVD available.
Right.
This was put out in 2007, right after the show ended, and it's funny. Literally a year later, so they had not. This is, or actually about 2 years later, I think. So about 2 years later, so like I said, this was 2007, the last time they put out a DVD, and literally like 2 years after I got into the show, season 3 was released. Thankfully, it's like about time, man. I thought I was never going to be able to complete this series, and then like in 2015, all these sets were released, and
Yep.
thank God. Another great show that was on ABC that they took a long time to put up DVDs was According to Jim, and for some damn reason they never finished According to Jim. I don't understand what it is with ABC's DVDs, but yeah,
Do you remember a show called My Wife and Kids?
love that show.
Okay, good.
I told you a story. Remember, one night I was watching. It was like one day I was watching a couple episodes on VH1, and it had
Right.
been a while. It had been a while since I had watched the show, and I'm like, man, I want to get back in this show, but it's not on streaming. Why the hell is it not on streaming? I'm looking around all these places. Like the only place it's on is BET Plus, and literally, I kid you not, the next day, My Wife and Kids went up on Hulu.
Yeah.
I kid you not, the next day. I
I
was like,
think
oh, shit.
I think it might be on Peacock.
No, it's on Hulu still to this day. It
Oh,
went up on Hulu in the summer of 2021, and it's
oh,
been there since. Yeah.
well, there you go.
Yep.
So one of my favorite characters on George Lopez, getting back to this show,
Mhm.
I gotta be honest, I loved Veronica.
Veronica.
That was
Refer.
that was niece of George and Angie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
I believe that was right after Angie's sister-in-law
Yeah.
had passed away, and so they took
Right. Right.
custody of her daughter.
Yes. Right. I remember. I remember.
Yeah. And then her dad came in, was a sleazeball, and
Yeah.
yeah, George was like, "No, fuck you, bro. You ain't getting none of this money." Yeah, sucker. Yeah. No, Veronica was great. Another great episode, in my opinion. I'll let you give yours in a second. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Go
Uh,
ahead.
I like the episodes where it's a series of episodes, I guess, where uh, Carmen is upset,
Mhm.
and so she goes to, I believe she goes to California, or they're already in California. She goes, maybe she goes. I
Is this
think,
the episode she was hanging out with Chingy?
yeah, those series of
Yeah.
episodes, and then George brings her back home, and she's like, "I'll just fucking leave again." Blah blah blah. Okay, fine, then go. And I
Yeah.
just like, just leave, bitch. Go. Bye.
Yeah.
'Cause we're not gonna let you be out all night, you know. You're not gonna not follow our rules. So then the next episode, I believe it's she decides that she wants to redo her room the way she wants it done and puts
Right.
poetry
Yeah.
up on the wall. And George's like, "Nah, take all this shit down. You're not doing this." And
Yeah.
I'll just fucking move out again, or I'll get a root. So then it turns out, it winds up that she gets a roommate. Um, what was her name? Ashley or something like that.
Something. It was one of the like. It was a gangster girl, right?
It was
I don't
one of,
remember her name.
I wouldn't say she was a gangster at all. She was stupid. She was like Barbie or something like that.
Barbie.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I could find a name. When did that episode with Chingy come out?
It had to be like around the time with the Jordan the Noah and Zach thing. I'm pretty sure that's why she left.
Ba, 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 ba. What was the name of the room? The episode was called Landlord Almighty,
Landlord Almighty. Okay.
and
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, see, I was thinking of a different episode. Okay,
okay,
I know what episode you're talking about. Yeah, that's the one where like like Angie sends her up a pizza and something, and like George is like, no, you can't. You got to pay for this stuff now. She, like shit like that.
yeah, I'm gonna see if
Yeah,
I can find the character name.
right.
Taylor.
Taylor. Okay.
Her name was Taylor.
You know what episode I like? Um, Was it Colorado that they went to when they went on the trip? I think
Yeah,
it was
I
when
know
they
what
went
you're
to
talking about.
Colorado.
They
Yeah,
went to like a ski lodge or whatever.
yeah, ski lodge, and the kids, the George's kids were like bad influences, or everybody thought George's kids were being bad influences on the other kids, but it turns out like the other kids just wanted to be bad the whole time, and like their
Hmm.
parents were just strict as hell. And like
Hmm.
the parents being strict was leading the kids to be bad. And so that was a good episode.
I believe George Wendt was on that episode.
Oh,
Yeah,
he was? Ah,
I think.
Sabrina
I
legend.
don't know if you know who George Wendt was.
Oh, come on. Come on. You know what show I watch. You're going to ask me if I don't know who that
Okay,
is.
cool. I
It's Sabrina legend.
Oh god damn. And
What you mean end?
there was more than just that.
Oh, I know that. I'm not saying there wasn't.
George Lopez. I mean, not George Lopez. What was? I'm trying to. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah. Trouble in Paradise. That's the name of the episode.
Yeah.
Trouble in Paradise. Trying to see what season this was. It was from November 23rd, 2004. That answers the question right there. Um, that was season 4.
Yeah. You know what's a good episode?
Hmm.
The season 1 episode, the Super Bowl episode from season 1 where
Yeah.
George has the uncle with the big ass thing on his neck is like
Uh-huh.
that
To the
was a
fork
good
and
episode.
pop that bitch.
Yeah, with the Super Bowl bet and all that, they were
Yeah.
fighting over the Super Bowl bet. That was a good episode.
Yeah, it was. I like
See,
that.
we gotta do the reviews soon, man, because we don't even remember most of this. I can't even remember some of the episodes, man.
I remember some.
Oh, I remember some too, but I'm trying to sit here like I'm looking at titles. I'm like, damn, I
All
don't
right, all
remember.
right. How about the episode with where George has to fire the guy that he just became friends with?
Yeah, I kind of remember that. Yeah, that was a good episode.
Because they thought he was a risk to the company because
Was that the episode with Kimberly Williams Presley?
no, it was not. It was before her.
Oh, she's fine. She's talk about somebody who still looks great to this day.
Yeah. She's married to Brad Paisley, I believe.
Yep, yep.
Shout out to Brad Paisley. Uh, did they get divorced? I don't think they did.
No, no.
No, they're still married. Okay.
Yeah.
They have 2 kids. They have 2 little boys, I believe.
Mhm.
Uh, sec- they have 2 sons. Do they? Yeah, they have 2 sons. One was born in 2007.
Mm.
So he's turning 17. Actually, he is 17 now. Uh,
Damn.
and the other one was born April 2009. So he's gonna be 15, I believe.
That's crazy.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
15, 17. Damn. Yeah. Yep. But anyway, yeah, no, I know what episodes you're talking about with
Yeah.
Kimberly. I don't know when I can't remember when she was on the show. I know she was,
Yeah.
but let me see.
She was great on that episode too. She was sort of the villain to George, and like she was gonna. Oh, hang on a minute.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. The
I
episode was called EI, or it was called EI. Oh,
see. I was right. I was right. Remember when you were trying to figure out the Chingy episode, and I told you her leaving was because of the stuff that happened at the end of season 3 with
yeah,
no one's. It was. I just looked up.
yeah, yeah.
So
You're right. You're right.
George searches for a needle in a haystack. That's where Carmen leaves and goes and chills with Chingy, which
Yep.
was a great episode.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it's like he goes. I love the scene with him and Chingy where George is like, "Grab your stuff, we're going home," and she goes, "We're not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere there with you, right?" And Chingy goes, "Lady doesn't want to go.
Yeah.
I didn't go, right?" And just goes, "Ladies 15. I'm out."
Yeah, my man.
I was
That
like,
was a
"Oh."
good scene. Yeah, that
And
was a
then
good.
he goes, "Who is that guy anyway?" And she goes, "That's Chingy. You don't know Chingy?" And he goes, "Hmm?
And she's like
Bala
Holiday
baby,
Inn. Yeah,
Holiday Inn, right there." I don't know if
yeah,
it's right there, but right,
yeah,
Holiday Inn. And then like Vic runs in. George, 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 everything okay? Hey, what's
yeah.
Chingy doing here? I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Vic's old ass knows who Chingy is, but yet George
Because Vic is
Lopez does.
gangster. What can I say? Vic's a gangster. You
Vic
know,
was a great character too.
I love Vic.
Remember
Vic
when he
Palmetto.
was
Her mom.
remember
I'm gonna say this. Fuck Angie's mom. She was a bitch.
yeah, yeah. Remember when Vic was like dancing in the kitchen half naked and then Benita walked in on him?
I'd rather not, but yeah,
That was a funny scene. That was a funny scene. I was to say that. That was
I
funny.
like the episode where George tries to, or where George is fixing up her house, hoping to get a thank you, and uh, uh,
Yes, yes.
he doesn't get it right, and he goes,
Right.
"Fine, enjoy your new house, mom. Enjoy your new fucking bathroom." Blah blah blah.
Yep.
And she goes, "Well, what's up with the attitude?" And he goes, "Oh, I did all this, and you can't even say thank you," and da da
Yep.
da. She's she goes off. She's like, "Well, who do I thank for getting me knocked up? Who do I thank for all this shit that I had to go through? Who do I thank?" And she goes, "Thank God I know who to thank for a damn toilet seat."
Yeah. Yeah,
And
not only was she funny, but she could emote very well too.
oh, she had great
She
emotion.
was a great part of the show,
The
man.
episode where she slaps Max was wild.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm George was wrong for that one. You don't hit my
George was. Wait, what you mean George was wrong for that one?
Max deserved to get slapped for what he said.
Hell no, you don't hit somebody else's kid. Hell no, I don't care who you are. You put your hands on my kid, I'm coming after you.
If
If I had a kid, I don't have a kid, but I'm just saying, if I had a kid, ain't nobody
your
putting
if
their
your
hands on
mother
me.
slaps your son or daughter, you're coming after your mother?
I'm gonna tell her, don't put your hands on my kid. George was 100% right for that. I wouldn't even put my hand on my kid.
You know how
That's
many
child
times
abuse.
you know how many times my grandma slapped me? Actually, I can't think of a time where she slapped me
Well,
around.
you're not. I'm not your dad, so I can't speak on that. That if your dad felt that
Oh,
he
no, no,
grabbed.
no, no, I'm not talking about my dad's mom. I'm talking about my mom's mom.
Well, it's your dad, your mom, but either way. Well, I'm talking about how they would react. That's your
I
dad.
actually
That's
can't
still your
recall
dad.
a time where where any of my grandparents really smacked me or whatever.
Then you have good grandparents.
I do. I
There
do.
you go.
I
There
guess
you
I'm
go.
wrong then. Never mind. Just redact what I just said. That's what we're gonna do now. Instead of saying ignore me, just say redact that. But yeah. Uh
remember when Max had Paris Hilton as a tutor?
yeah, yeah, that was good.
That was a good episode. Yeah.
Um
The Cuban Missile Crisis, where George. Oh wait, no, I think
it
that's.
was
I'm
Cuban
thinking of a
Missile
different episode.
Crisis.
Yeah, I'm thinking of a different episode too. But that was a good episode where George discovers that Angie's father cheated on her mother. George
No, her mom
suspects.
cheated on her dad.
No, but I'm reading the actual title synopsis. So I'm not said that doesn't mean that it says he discovers that Angie's father cheated on her mother. George suspects cheating might run in the family. Oh yeah, that's right. 'Cause he started to get mad at Angie because he thought Angie was going to cheat on her. That was a good episode. It
Yeah.
wasn't the one I was thinking of. Actually,
What were you thinking of?
I just found the one I was thinking of. It was a few episodes later. Episode 9 of season 3, Fishing Cubans.
Oh yes, where they have to go save Vic's cousin or whatever.
Yep, that was a good episode.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm pulling these out of my ass, by the way, Frank. You're reading title synopsises. I'm pulling shit out of my ass.
Yeah.
So, um,
Go to Peacock and just look at the episodes.
I
That's how
guess
you.
I guess I
I'm trying to refresh my memories here.
let's see. Oppenheimer's on Peacock.
Yeah, yeah, it's been on there for a while now, a couple
Barbie
days. Yeah.
is Barbie.
Oh no, Barbie's on Max.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good thing I have both. Um, wait. There were only 4 episodes in season one. Holy crap!
Yes, yes, that is why that is why the first DVD is seasons 1 and 2.
Mm.
Because season 1 wasn't big enough to have its own set.
Happy birthdays! Yeah, I remember that one where George and Max they share the same birthday.
Yeah.
And that was also the episode where Sandra Bullock debuted her character.
She was
Accent
great.
Amy.
Yes, Accent Amy. Sandra Bullock was great as Accent
Yes,
Amy.
she was. And then I guess that episode was in season two, where it's revealed that Max is dyslexic.
Yeah.
I like George saying,
What
"I'm
a
dyslexic. Don't spell at me."
yeah. Um
The episodes that I thought were really wild were the ones where Carmen was deemed a whore by all of her classmates in
the
school.
f- it's funny because the moment you said Carmen, that's the episode I immediately thought of. Carmen can't say Lopez.
Damn, Carmen Lopez.
Yeah.
And Benny goes, well, good thing our last name ain't Tucker.
And then the principal is like turns out to be like George's bully, George's
Yeah.
old bully. Yeah.
He's
You
on Blue
want some
Bloods.
of this?
He's on a show called Blue Bloods now, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. You want he hands him the pizza or he gives him the pizza like you want some of this? And then George has like the whole flashback. It's
Hmm.
like he's bullying him. He's like, you want some of this? You want some? It's like, oh God.
I apologize. Lost my cool there.
The flashbacks where they show George's little head or big head, like they're
Yeah.
little kids with big giant
Big
heads.
head on the little bodies. Yeah, those were
Yeah,
hilarious. I like
that
those.
was funny.
This show dyslexic. Yeah, we talked about that. The unnatural. Oh, yeah, we're the baseball episode where Max breaks one of George's bobbleheads.
Yeah, yeah.
No free lunch. Do you remember that one?
What was no free lunch about?
That was one where they try to make money so Max can go see rocket launch into space.
Oh man, I feel like I can't recall that episode. I don't know why.
George, he has the money and he writes a check, but he wants the lady to say the kids don't need to go see a space shuttle launch. And the teacher and the lady's like, I'm not going to say that. Well, my kid's not going. And yeah.
Okay.
And at the end of the episode, Max doesn't get to go with all of his friends to the thing, but George cheers him up by saying, "Hey, because the space shuttle launch was canceled or whatever." And
Yeah.
George's like, "Well, you're not there. You're watching it at home on TV. So guess what you get to do? Change the channel."
Okay.
Now they all had to go through all that bullshit, the crowd and
Right.
whatnot to get to the bus and blah blah blah. But
I like
you,
I like the episode where they're courting Carmen's boyfriend because he's trying to figure out what college he wants to play for, and one of the colleges brings in Donovan McNabb and Dante Culpepper,
yeah,
and
yep.
Donovan McNabb gets there first, and Dante Culpepper comes in. He's like, "Damn it, you got here before me." He's like, "Yeah, beat you to a Super Bowl too. Yeah, but
Oh,
you lost." That was a funny scene. That was a funny scene.
yeah, I liked uh, the episode where Carmen's sister, or not Carmen's sister, Angie's sister kisses George Lopez.
That's a good episode. She was fine too.
Yeah.
I mean, the writers were smart. I mean, Angie's fine as hell. Her sister has to be fine as hell too.
Uh, yeah, George finds out he's got a half brother.
Yes, that was a good episode. It's like the guy's name is George Lopez, so George thinks his identity's being stolen. That was a really good episode.
Yeah, they switch birth certificates and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that was a really
Uh,
good episode.
yeah.
It
Actually,
made me,
funny enough, I'm looking at it on Peacock right now. George versus George came
yeah,
on just the week before the episode where George's sister-in-law kisses him.
Oh, word. Okay.
Uh,
I got an idea.
what up?
Remember how I was telling you I want to do reaction videos to TV shows?
Yeah.
How would you like that we go off? We're done with this, and we react to episode one. I'll do the presentation because I have Peacock.
Well, I have Peacock too. I could do it. Like on the channel or just for fun?
We upload it to the channel.
I think
Unless
we
you're
did
worried, unless you're worried about
did
getting
episode
copyrighted.
one.
What happened?
I think we did episode one.
No, we review. I'm talking. I'm not talking about a review. And we did it, but we deleted it. We got to review that episode again. But I'm talking about a reaction video.
So like we pause as we watch.
Essentially, we.
Oh, so like do like a watch along? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, a watch along would be like we both watch it and we talk about it. I'm talking about like a reaction video. Like we're watching it with the audience. We're showing it on the channel, on the video, and we're
Yeah.
talking, giving our thoughts.
So I got a good. Do I have to use my camera for this?
Yes, you do. What's so wrong? People have seen you on this
Tell you
channel
what.
a million
I'll
times.
tell you what. Why don't we do that tomorrow after our podcast with Tro?
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Because I'm actually about to get off and go eat some food. So
All right.
one more episode each, and then we'll call it.
What do you mean one more episode each? Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
God damn it, Frank.
I gotta figure out which episode I want to talk about now.
Mm-hmm. Make it good.
Go ahead, give yours.
Well, I'm gonna go with a crossover Freddy. George gets a crossover Freddy.
Yeah, that was a great episode.
That was a good episode. I love that one. Like I said, I'm a sucker for crossovers, man. I really am. I love crossovers. You know, love seeing casts of different shows interact with each other. Fantastic.
Yeah. I really think season 3 might be my favorite season.
Hey, we're gonna do a show on Friday too. Ron wants to be on the show with us, so we're doing a show on Friday.
About what?
Wrestling. He wants to rant like a Cyber Shoots or whatever, but he wants to rant on the Cody Crybabies.
Okay, I'm down with that.
Okay.
But you just gotta realize I'm not gonna talk that much about the current product.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Good. Then you can shut up and listen. But no, that's a good one too, where George Fantasy has a gay fantasy.
Yeah. We can keep talking because I got a couple episodes. I'm coming up with a couple. Like
Well,
I said,
I just said that one, and yeah.
I got a couple.
Those are my last two. Why don't you give your last two, and I'll just see my way out and listen.
God Needles George. So that's the episode where Mr. Needles is like sick. He's gonna get put down, and
Frank is gonna give his picks, folks. I'm gonna get off, and I'm gonna go eat some food.
So like George,
this is all Frank now. So if you like the video, hit the comments or hit the like button, comment, subscribe, do all that good shit. Frank, it is on you, brother. Peace.
All right. So like I said, God Needles George. So that's the episode where Needles, Mr. Needles, the dog, is like getting old and he's getting sick. So like George has to like walk up this hill because he's like, God told him if he asked God, if you save Mr. Needles, I'll walk up this long ass hill, and he did that. Yeah, would you like a drumstick or a kidney? That was a great episode too. That was only like 5 episodes prior to God Needles George, where George has to donate a kidney to his dad, and I think that's the episode where they find out it's not really his dad. But yeah, those are my last two. So yeah, thank you to everybody who's watched or will watch, and we got more George Lopez stuff coming soon because we both love this show. So thank you for watching, and please check us out in the future.